Your life is never going to be the same. I'm gonna say it now straight off the bat so there's no false expectations, but this isn't going to be one of my normal videos. Animation will be minimal except for that bit you just watched. This is a video that I've been trying to make for about 4 years now. I made a bit of progress in 2022, but it just didn't really feel like the right time. I know it sounds like I'm making this much deeper than it needs to be, but just let me get into it. I'm sure by now it needs no introduction, but just in case you don't know, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an open world story game based in the late 1800s. I don't think I can really give it justice in a couple sentences, so if you really don't know what the game is about, then I implore you to go do some digging on your own or experience it for yourself. From now on in the rest of the video, I'll be operating under the assumption that everybody watching has at least a base level knowledge of the game. Red Dead 2 really means a lot to me, like a lot. I have a lot to be thankful for, and it all roots back to Red Dead 2 in one way or another. I don't really know where to start. I'm going to try and section this video into maybe 3 or 4 separate parts, so I guess I'll start with explaining my history with the game. The animation that played at the beginning of this video is a recreation of the first time I ever interacted with Red Dead 2 as a game. It was summer holiday 2019, CEX had a bunch of sales on and I happened to pick up the last copy of Red Dead 2. In all honesty, the game didn't really appeal to me back then, but it was £8, so I wasn't going to miss out on picking it up. I went home with the very common misconception that it's just a GTA clone with cowboys. I was very quickly proven wrong. I got a few missions into chapter 2, then decided to put the game down. I did not pick it back up until 2021. 2021 was the year I left school, and I was depressed. I didn't get the grades I wanted, which led me not being accepted into sixth form. I won't touch too much on it, but I had some relationship stuff happen and broke up with my partner. I didn't even have any motivation or desire to animate or make videos anymore. It felt like everything that I had planned for the next phase of my life just crumbled in the span of a couple of weeks, and I just didn't really want to be around anymore, if you know what I mean. I know that's a really deep topic for like my sort of channel, but that's just how I felt. I stayed in bed for that entire summer. Eventually, I did realise I'm gonna have to get up at some point, even if I'm not doing anything productive. That's when I spotted Red Dead 2 on my bookshelf and decided I'd pick it up again. At first, I was just playing it to kill time, but as I got deeper into the story, I started to connect with Arthur in a way I didn't expect. He's not a hero by any means, and he's not what you'd call a hopeful character. He's rough, he's done terrible things, and he's surrounded by people who are falling apart just like he is, but there was something real in him. Something broken, but still trying to hold on. When Arthur finds out he's sick and that he doesn't have much time left, he starts to really reflect on his life. He could have given up. He could have gone down angry, bitter, selfish, but more and more as you play the game, you see him trying to make things right, trying to protect the people he cares about, trying to do something good, even if he knows that it's too late for himself. That hit me really hard, because in a weird way, I felt like Arthur. I felt like I'd messed up everything in my life, like the life I'd imagined for myself was gone, and that there was no point in even trying anymore. But watching him, how he chose to keep going to try and leave the world a little better than how he found it, made me think, there is always a positive in a negative. Maybe I can be like Arthur. There's a mission where Arthur says,
"We can't change what's done. We can only move on."
And I don't know, something about that line has just always stuck with me, even now. I can't change the past. Not my breakup, not my grades, not the time I spent in bed hating myself, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe I just need to keep moving, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Arthur Morgan didn't save me in a literal sense, but he did remind me that even when you feel like you've got nothing left, you can still make choices that matter. You can still find some kind of peace, some kind of redemption, even in the middle of all the pain. And sometimes, that is enough to keep going. I look back on everything that happened during that period of my life, and I like to think that it all happened for a reason. These events that I viewed as a worst case scenario opened me up to a world of different experiences that I wouldn't have discovered otherwise. Being declined from sixth form allowed me to apply for video and media studies at college, which then allowed me to reignite my love and passion for animating. My YouTube channel probably wouldn't be around today if it wasn't for Red Dead 2. And in regards to my partner and I breaking up, Sometimes you just have to realise that some things aren't healthy for you to hold on to, regardless of how much you want to. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and every day I'm eternally grateful that Red Dead 2 was my guide to realise that. I honestly would not be the man I am today if it was not for this game. I think it's about time we move on to something a little bit more bright. Yes, I have a very deep emotional connection to Red Dead 2 because of how it impacted me, but it is also just a really good game. I don't know what it is, but something about it just always scratches that part of my brain. I have a combined over 1300 hours between different devices, and to this very day I'm still finding things to do in both story mode and online. I'll keep this bit short and sweet because there's honestly just not much to talk about, but Red Dead Online made me kinda TikTok famous for a while. I posted a TikTok in early 2022 where I stumbled upon the rooftop where Lenny died, and the video completely blew up overnight. I woke up to 1.2 million views, which even now I find kind of insane. It went so viral on that side of TikTok that I was even getting messages from my relatives like my brother-in-law saying, "This is your account, right?" The traction this video got really inspired me to keep making Red Dead based TikToks, and I did so for like a year straight. I haven't used the account since, but you can still find it if you so desire. Honestly, I want to start making Red Dead content again to some degree. There is one video I wanted to make a couple years back. It's like a challenge run in the online mode. I didn't really have the resources to make it back then, but I've got a good PC now and whatnot, so who knows, maybe I'll make it soon. I think that just about wraps it up. I know this video didn't seem like 4 years of development, but it's taken me a long time to really come to terms with how much this game truly means to me and how I can word it. If anyone watching is going through some dark times, remember that nothing in life is permanent, and there will always be someone or something that can help you progress past it. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much. See you next time.